leaving where we anchored last night, Orient Point. Now we're going to try to make it as far as we can. Hopefully Port Jefferson. Probably not going to happen. It's wicked far. It's like 50 miles. Last time on Escape, we took off from Block Island and headed for Montauk, where we found the holy grail of hardware. This time on Escape, we leave the Long Beach Anchorage at Orient Point for a 55-mile motor up to Port Jefferson. But we don't quite make it because our motor explodes.
Got a nice big fish. Pretty worn out.
Can you catch it?
Yeah, like something like that. Say it was heavy. And we did it. It was like the 4th try. Finally got one.
We tried 4 times and we caught the 4th one. The other 3 got away. Right now we are somewhere off Long Island on our way to Port Jefferson. Beautiful sunset. We're definitely not going to make it there before dark. We've never been there before. It is what it is. What are you going to do? There's not that many places to stop unless we want to anchor right here. I mean, we could do that. But it wouldn't be too much worse than where we anchored last night.
Yeah, we're like 70 feet of water now.
Yeah, we tuck up there a little bit. But we'd be totally exposed. So we're not going to do that. We'll just go for it.
I send a little drop, I send a drop on her. She gon' call me up and I'ma figure out how it's on her.
Got some nothing there, but big signature. Just not moving. Been keeping an eye on it. They were going around. But we can't find anything.
That was the last thing we recorded that night. We started to pull into Port Jefferson Harbor like 11:15. We could start to see the lights to the entrance of the inlet. It was pitch black. And we got just inside the inlet, and the motor started to shake and make all these noises, but we decided to just push on the last 100 yards before we could pull out of the channel and anchor. The motor just didn't make it. It ended up popping and filling the cabin with smoke. Josh went down below, double-checked to make sure there wasn't any fire, and we were disabled. So we ended up taking the dinghy and tying it to the stern quarter and using the outboard engine on the dinghy to move Escape forward out of the channel, out of harm's way. When we realized there was a giant 300-foot barge approaching behind us in the dark, we anchored Escape, and just as we anchored Escape, the barge passed us, sending its massive wake into the dinghy and almost flipping it over. These barge deliveries of oil to the power plant are a pretty common occurrence at Port Jefferson. It's just another example of why you never want to come into an inlet at night, especially if you've never been there before. It's times like these when you wish you could have filmed everything and got the camera out, but in a life-threatening situation, there's just no way. After inspecting the damage under the motor, basically what happened was we ejected a piston out of the side of the block, and it was so hot it even scorched the hull of the boat. You can see that it just literally bent and sheared off, and it was most likely due to a lack of oil. We had been putting a quart of oil in the boat every morning, but obviously that wasn't enough, and that's what ultimately caused the motor to fail. So make sure you put oil in your motor. It's pretty important. It doesn't get much more important than that. You can see the gaping hole in the side of the block.
Who's the best? Who's the best has better noise reduction? Less distortion, you know? This is bad music.
What are you doing?
Okay. We take the more side so we don't bother you, okay?
What are you doing?
Hey! You open that
What are
door.
you doing?
Open that door!
Yeah, it's like a little under half, so I think we're good.
Yeah, you're probably fine.
Yeah, it's got at least a gap.
I'm sure we'll regret it later.
Alright.
Josh, where are we going?
Get beer.
Yes!
I'll be back. Oh!
I don't think you're going fucking anywhere. Oh, you fucked it. You had one chance. You were so nervous. Bon voyage. There they go. morning, we're getting picked up by Sailboat US and we're being relocated to Stratton, Connecticut. Brewery Yacht Yard is going to replace our Yamaha 3G M30F with a replacement 3G M30F with 1300 hours in the exact same transmission. So we'll have a spare transmission and a spare bunch of other little things off the old motor, and then we're going to donate that old motor that we exploded. We're going to donate it to a school in Florida so that people can study from our mistakes, and hopefully we'll be on our way within a week. I pray to God. And that's what you get, Josh. Trying to go too fast.
We definitely didn't do everything right that night, but one thing that did work well for us was the side tow from our tender. Basically, we took the painter from the tender and moved it forward, then attached a second line from the bow of the tender to the stern quarter, and finally a stern line from the stern of the tender to the stern of escape. And that gave us plenty of maneuverability in order for Josh to steer, escape, and I drove the dinghy. Check back next time on Escape. And we finally leave Port Jefferson. We sail out into Long Island Sound without a motor, anchor up off Stratford, Connecticut, call Sailboat US, and get towed in to Brewery's Yacht Yard, where they replace our motor and transmission in under a week, and we're back out on our journey south to the Bahamas. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and head on over to followescape.com. Check out the tracker and everything Escape.